it we have to be. Hi, you guys. We are live.
Yo, what's up, chat? I am going through it. I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry. Haircut not till Friday, and she wanted to get up here on here anyway. So we here. It's an
We
80
are
degree
here.
day out here in the nation's capital, and people have lost their minds. There's already hoochie daddy shorts out today, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Global warming is real. If you voted for Trump, you stupid. Global warming is real.
It definitely is.
72 degrees of snow, yo. What the fuck? It's
Well,
crazy.
it's 90 something here. It's still going to be 80 something, but the temperatures I think are going to go down a
Uh,
little next week.
yeah, they're gonna shoot back down again. We're gonna be back to like 30s and 40s and shit. I'm telling y'all, this the setup. That's why niggas will be in the house sick. Sick. Oh, how you been? What's going on with you, man? You been busy?
I
Been staying busy and shit? You all
I've
working
been
lady?
busy.
Working girl?
I'm in these tech spaces now in life.
Oh shit. Watch
Yeah.
out, black girls attack.
Yes, black girls in tech.
Okay, we're gonna pray blessings fall down upon thee,
Yes.
so that moves can be made and bags can be secured, lifestyle
Yes.
can be fortified because you about to have two.
I can say this. We talked offline about one thing, but I'm really trying to connect with a lot of things that's going on in Jacksonville because they are rebuilding a lot of things in the city. So there are some people that I've talked to. I've given them my company's profile and information of what we do. We have a lot of engineers. We have great black engineers. I will say that we definitely do.
Hey, you need to connect with NSB,
Nesby
National Society of Black
is like,
Engineers.
okay. Look, I'm new to tech, so
You need to, yeah, you definitely need to connect with NSB. They have undergrad chapters in schools and stuff, but they're a nationwide
okay,
organization. So um it extends past this the college level. You know
okay.
what I'm saying? You can be in NSB as a professional. So
We're
you need to
still
get
waiting for Instagram, but I'm listening. You said I
you
can
should
still.
yeah, I'm saying I was in NSB in college, right?
Okay,
But they are a national organization, so it extends past college. So they have a national thing. Now I know they focus a lot on the undergrads, but it's still a professional joint too,
gotcha.
right? So find your local NSB chapter.
Well, I will definitely be looking for Nesby. Natasha B will be looking for Nesby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how was your week? I'm still waiting to see the sending data over to see if everything syncs up. You know, Instagram always want to be Instagramming.
I mean, it's crazy these fucking kids and shit. I had progress reports due this week, so Monday and
Okay,
Tuesday, I was in here trying to scramble and get these grades and try to figure out how we can eliminate so many parent emails about grades after the fact because these niggas need all the help. I be, I Yeah, it's been busy. I've been taking naps when I get home now. It's been crazy. I took one today. That's why I almost missed this joint. I was knocked out in the bed. Like I got in the bed for you. How how most people take a nap on the couch, or take a nap on top of the bed. I got up under the covers, strapped a heating pad to my back because I'm an old ass man. And I was out.
yeah, it's almost spring break. What you listening to over there? I can
But
hear it in my
I
ears.
told you this. I got these damn meta frames
Oh,
on. And my text messages, nigga, I was like, I don't know why I put these on.
I'm like, what is going on? Well, while I'm waiting, because it looked like Instagram may not be Instagramming. I'm gonna try it one more time because I know last time. Let me try one
Hey,
thing.
was it loud? Because if it's loud, I'm gonna have to take these
It's
off.
It was I couldn't hear what it was saying, but I can hear it was a man talking. It sounded
Yeah.
like you was watching
My
a
meta my
real.
meta my meta frame voice is is the dude from Key and Peele. The bald head one. Hold on. Ugh.
Public.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna try one more time with Instagram. If I can't get this done, then I give up.
You
Oh,
give up.
while I'm waiting, I know I mentioned a book last
Which
time. So, what last time we were on, what were we talking about? Epiphanies.
epiphanies, yeah, after the
Yeah.
fact.
So, switch how to change things when change is hard. I don't know if you guys can see it because I can't see anything. So, good book to read.
Really though.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
The first book is Made to Stick, and then that's the second book after Made to Stick
Okay.
by
What
Chip and Dan Heath.
what made you pick up that book?
Cause I had Made to Stick.
Mm. Do you read fiction?
I read a lot of fiction actually.
Yeah.
I prefer. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
You one of the you're a reader like that?
I am a avid reader.
You got a library card in Jacksonville?
I have a library card still in Richmond, and I use Libby for my audio books as well.
You
So
want to
I
share
read.
library cards?
I have a physical one on my keychain. I still have a library card, and I have a.
I'm talking about through Libby.
Huh?
I'm talking about through Libby.
What about it?
You can share
You
of
want
library
what you want
cards.
my library card? Yes, you can share library cards.
Yeah. I mean, I'm collecting library cards on Libby. So,
Oh,
hey, sometimes the best place to get a book is the library.
that part. I put my daughter on Libby, so she got me beat. Zoe reads like every.
Like it's the book it days.
Oh my gosh, she goes to Barnes and Noble and will like grab like $100 worth of stuff, and her thing is she wants to read a certain amount of books per month or per week, and she does the how some movies have the book, and I can't think of the one movie that came out when we were younger with Angelina Jolie and one Ryder, and they were in an insane asylum or whatever.
Hmm.
So basically, it's a book that came out 1940 something that she picked up and started reading the book that goes with that movie. So that's Zoe. But I love fiction. James Patterson and Walter Mosley are my two favorite authors. So yeah, I've read just about every Alex Cross book that
Mm.
there has been. I started reading Walter Mosley in high school. I used to actually be head of the book club, and I don't know if I did.
You know you ain't talking no bush like that. The book club. You worse than the safety patrol. You worse than the safety
If
patrol.
you look
You
in the
know
ear, look at my ear.
you worse than them niggas with that orange shit on there and that plastic badge telling you to stop running in the hall.
Oh
Shut up,
my god.
Jawan. I'm going. I respect you.
True story. My senior year, and that's how I end up creating a book club, is because when I moved to Richmond, my senior year, you know how everybody got out of school early, but because they didn't have my all my grades from my freshman and sophomore year, I had to make up a lot of my classes, and plus I wanted to take trig, and trig was the last class of the day, so I had to have a full schedule. And I would go to the library or by lunch breaks, and I would actually sneak to the library. And shout out to Kevin, prayers out to your family and everything. But my friend Kevin, that's how my daughter's godfather. That's how we met each other, because his study hall was during my lunch break, and I would sneak into the library. Sneak. So yes, I created the book club. So if you ever look in the 2001 yearbook, right there, book club.
Okay, shout out to all the bibliophiles. Um, sis- why are we here today, man? What brings us to this great temple of broadcasts to shed the world with our shitty opinions and stories?
Today we are looking in the mirror,
Oh, Michael Jackson.
taking two or three looks in the mirror.
I'm looking for that man in the mirror.
But we
Mm.
accepting accountability.
I'm,
Don't choke.
I'm sorry. What word did you just say? Say it again,
Accountability.
woman. Say it again, woman.
Accountability.
Ooh, that's taboo.
It is.
You know what accountability looks like right now in black social media diaspora.
Nobody ain't
It
doing it.
it looked like that meme of Spider Man with the two niggas just sitting there pointing at each other and they look alike. That's
That's
what that's that is the perfect example of the accountability debate in the black social media diaspora. These niggas like this. Two niggas just pointing at each other and they looked exactly the same. Yo, can I ask you a question?
I'm listening.
Why all the motherfuckers with social media advice always broadcasting from their car?
Oh my gosh, that is true. That is true. Even with
why they
the mess,
always sitting why they
even with
always
the
sitting in their
drama and the
car,
mess that's
yo?
going on,
Why they
everybody
always in their
hiding in their
car?
car.
Social media. Is your car your studio? And why? I'm
They
I'm
may not want people
curious.
to hear what they got to say.
You can't give me that bullshit from your apartment. You gotta be sitting in your car with your cordless mic.
I mean, the one guy that was in the car, he was doing.
Derek Jackson.
Yes,
He
I
was
mean, we
that
didn't
nigga
even
used
know
to
he had a
that
whole
nigga used to
wife
tape outside the bitch house
with
he
the
was
car
cheating
seat.
with. She said she knew because she saw her shutters in one of the niggas'
Oh
videos.
my god!
she saw her she saw her shutters in one of that nigga's videos. And he's still making content. You know that?
Is he?
Oh yeah, he still make content.
I
His
remember he
wife
did.
crashed out.
She did.
She
She
crashed
did.
out online, and he's still making content,
She really did.
and probably still fucking bitches.
I mean, they don't got to be all that, but yes, he's
Oh, he
probably
fucking
dealing
bitches.
with
Oh, he's still fucking
other
bitches. Yeah,
other
he's still.
women.
If you know what he did and you give him some pussy, he fucking bitches. He fucking bitches. Let's just say that. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, America.
Well, sorry, Instagram, we can't go live today.
What the hell?
It's not sending the data over.
What the hell he on?
Or did I do it on the right one? I made. Hold on. Hold on.
And the accountability award goes to
Let me try
Natasha
one more time. Shut
Natasha
up.
Renee to Natasha Renee. Yeah.
Let me try one more time.
Uh,
Oh my
so while she
god.
doing that, I we are here today in this great halls of truth and justice to talk about looking in the mirror and that taboo word of accountability,
Accountability.
right? You know, and I don't know, it's always funny to you. Yeah, that's why I would say, right? It's all shits and giggles till someone giggles and shits, right?
But why? I would say, why is that, right? Why is it so hard? Well, for me, I know we talked offline. I'll talk about some of it. I know for me, a couple of years ago, with my whole situation, it was hard for me to accept accountability, and it's that everybody only knows your side of the story, right? And so I can use the example of when I came here, and then it was kind of like a, hold on, you ain't tell me that happened. so so everybody listens, when we tell people what's going on with our lives, what's going on, and how we feel. right? A lot
Mhm.
of it is emotion, a lot of it is I'm hurt, a lot of it is not acceptance, right? You know,
Mhm.
when we have the breakups or when somebody broke up with you, knowing you may have been the problem, right?
Mhm.
But you don't want to tell nobody that you're the problem. So I feel like with me expressing how I felt in the situation that happened, right? Some of the
Mhm.
events I left out,
Mm.
right? So coming here,
Vague. Vague.
because
Okay.
I think because you don't think that some of this is going to come back to you, basically, right?
Why not?
So I didn't think we was all going to be in a kumbaya circle, and
That's that's that's
my family
that's
talking about some you did my cousin wrong, and then it was
this
like,
is
did your cousin say what she did? And then all eyes was on little old me.
but who okay, so then who holds you accountable if you don't hold yourself accountable? All right, because they shouldn't have never known that there was nothing there. There was something there. Like
Well,
he shouldn't have been able to shoot that back at them.
no, because let's say this, the situation wasn't public, but it was a little public, right?
But who
It
holds you accountable? Who is the person
nobody
who would
held me accountable because it did
because you didn't
the
tell them.
way it
You didn't tell
in the
them.
way it yes in the way it looked. No, hold on, we being honest in these moments, right?
You didn't tell them.
Hold on, no,
That's why
no,
you
I did. Hold on, we being honest, right?
yeah.
Because we about to be honest, and we about to talk about how our friends will not hold us accountable. I
I can't
said
say
what the
that.
situation. A
Okay,
lot
go
of
ahead.
females don't. Is, oh, he did this and he's wrong,
Right,
and
10
that
toes
was
down loyal. Right. Hmm.
10 toes, because I was very honest about what the situation was. And when I say everybody told me, why did you say something? Why were you honest? And I would have just kept it to myself.
Ooh, that's toxic. You don't that's not a circle you can come to. That's
But
not a
those
circle you
were the responses. That's why I had to think about it. I was like, hold on. I forgot.
damn, they
Everybody.
validated that shit, but yeah, yeah. Damn, y'all give yourselves terrible advice. Y'all know that, right? Y'all give yourselves terrible advice, yo.
I'm
And
sorry.
I tell people all the time, you gotta check because a person's level of advice on your side is solely based on where they at in their life.
That's true.
I can me and my boys can be we can one can be at sitting at the top of the world and one could be rock bottom. They would give each other the same advice about the same about a situation because at the end you do want to see your nigga win.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like all that jealousy shit that really only comes when you add people to something that's already established. When everybody has been doing it together, the struggles, the tears, the laughs, the joys, the fights. Niggas, niggas fight. Y'all don't fight. We fight it out, and then niggas gotta hug it or dap it up. And it take a while to rebuild some of that stuff, but at the end of the day, you still love the nigga, and you won't let nobody, you won't let nothing happen to him,
Yeah.
right? And you got to be willing to cut cancer out, right? You can't have no people in the crew and you just be like, oh, that's just them. No, nigga. If that's just them and it's causing all of this, you know what I'm saying? Then y'all gotta do something about that.
And that even when the advice was given, right?
Mm-hmm.
I For me, saying why would I be honest? Why wouldn't I be honest? I didn't understand that part, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, and this is how I always am. If I'm honest, hey Nina, that's who got me here, Nina. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my thing is if I'm honest now, right? If something were to go down, or we felt like, oh, maybe no, I've always been honest. So why would I like lie about something random? And I'm a horrible liar anyway. So
It's not about that. It's about what was the motivation behind telling you to lie.
it was I felt like you said too much, but we were being honest in what was going on, right?
Mm,
We had a honest talk. I said how I felt, and even though I was wrong, I said why, because of assumption, not friends. I'm talking about whatever the situation was, right? And even in that, right, it was like for me, I didn't accept accountability at first because I used well, I was honest.
mm,
Why, what's the issue? I was honest, right? I didn't
mm,
look at what I did wrong.
mm,
I looked at it as I have been honest, and I feel like sometimes maybe me feeling like I'm always honest in a lot of, situations where, hey, I'm honest. This is what people want, but not looking at it as you were wrong. Instead of having a conversation, instead of seeing what the situation was, instead of assuming, I assumed, and I was hurt because of me assuming, and I was wrong, right? So
mm,
then, even again, being honest, but then really sitting in it and looking at it, and it was like, well, dad, I messed up, right? Even when we had the conversation and him telling me why I was wrong when everything happened
mm.
before that time, where it all came back, it really was, I'm not wrong because I was honest.
Okay.
So I use honesty as the diversion of me not accepting accountability,
Right.
right? So in that, fast forward, everything goes down. It comes to the like, I'm happy how things are, but I didn't like how you did this. And it was like, hold on, I didn't, what are you talking about? But it did. I didn't do anything.
Hmm.
And then that's when all eyes was on me. But by that time, we had already squashed everything, but it got brought back up.
Okay. Well, you need a new accountability crew, homie.
Well, that wasn't my accountability. That wasn't my crew
Right, but they
accountability.
still knew enough,
Yeah, because of what was. I get what you're saying.
right? If they not your accountability crew, gatekeep, nigga. Need to know. So they have
Well, again, it was because the only reason is because everything literally happened in real time, right? And
got
my
it.
feelings was hurt. And there, see, I just mentioned Kevin. And yes, Kevin, you talking about accountable? That person right there. That is the person will call me on my shit. He will, he will tell me I'm 100% wrong and everything. And I've talked to Kevin about, like, even when everything happened, Kevin told me I was wrong.
Mm.
Kevin will not sugarcoat anything, and I think that'd be like the last person I would want to go
But
to.
that's why it shows up differently in men's circles. And it's so crazy because the narrative is that we don't hold ourselves accountable. But like it's too much emphasis on either side, but especially for us, it's too much emphasis on this dynamic of there's all this like inner competition. That's why you got to make movies like The Brothers and Best Man and shit to show that yeah, you can still have strife and betrayal, but like at the end of the day, niggas gonna show up for each other, right? I saw this thing where they was talking about that scene when Robin finally left him in Best Man, right?
Okay.
And he's going through it. And so they show up. They come to the crib, right? They put a spades game together, right? You got niggas making the drinks, you got niggas bringing the table, they bringing everything to show up for him, even though he was a piece of shit, right? He literally pushed that woman out the house, right? And the book is even crazier because the book was talking about how he was in that bitch talking about how he was trying to self sabotage her ass. It was crazy, right? And he didn't want her to shine and whoop whoop whoop, and he actually went back. He went to Africa to go get her.
Okay.
In the book, he went to Africa to go get her, and she beat the shit out of him when he was begging for her forgiveness and stuff. But but yeah, because it might seem like we might coddle and encourage niggas, but sometimes we don't know how to show up but one way for our guys. And with men, we always accept how our friend can show up. We don't expect more to them than they can give because
Okay.
we know that they got their own wars they fighting for real. We just happy they took a break to be in our corner, right? And you got some niggas that you can just tell based on where they are in life what type of advice you gonna get from them. And your
That's
job
true.
is the discernment part. And there's some people they might there might be some days you think, man, I ain't never thought I was gonna learn nothing from a nigga, but I'm learning something today. And
You
then
know
there's
when
some days
somebody
you
hurt.
and then there's some days you just like, man, you in your mind saying, man, shut that shit up. Ain't no damn way. Right? But the older you get, the longer that discernment is. When you're young, that just oh yeah, let's go. Right?
Yeah.
Um, but I just hate the narrative that we don't hold each other accountable. And I think that if you find men that don't hold each other accountable or are not familiar accountability, it's because inherently we are all of an avoidant
And I
personality.
was gonna say that I feel like we avoid those
And
conversations. We feel
inherently,
like
everybody you gotta work yourself to get to secure. I think avoidant is like the baseline of most people, right? Because we all choose the things we want to avoid. And we'll say shit like, oh, pick your battles. And then there's some people that be like, nah, I want all the smoke. And we look at them like they crazy. But the crazy person is you. Because sometimes you gotta give them some, you gotta get the smoke. Gotta get it, gotta give it. Gotta give it, gotta get it. Gotta get it as good as you give, gotta give it good as you get it. And I think we're just inherently avoidant,
I was gonna
especially when
say
it
I
comes
feel like I avoid
especially
those
when it
conversations.
comes to our like our vulnerability and shit, right? Which that's really what accountability is vulnerability, right? And I remember I used to be overly apologetic, and somebody told me to say stop saying you're sorry.
I've heard that. I apologize. Don't
I
say you sorry.
apologize, and then state what you're apologizing for.
Hmm.
And I know we got these we so dumb now. We got this I'm sorry if you feel that way.
I'm good for one of those. I'm sorry that you feel like I hurt your
I'm
feelings.
sorry you
I'm
feel
sorry
that
that you feel
way.
this way. I'm
Yo,
sorry
we are
that
we are
you
assholes for
feel
that. We
like
are
this.
assholes. We are assholes for that.
I was
I've said that shit too. I
I'm
probably
good
said
for
that
I'm
shit
sorry
yesterday.
that
I
you
think I
feel
said
like
that shit
I hurt your
yesterday.
feelings.
Yeah. I'm sorry you feel that way. Woo, right? Because that's our pseudo psychology stuff trying to tell us like we can't carry the burden of your feelings, right?
Yeah, then Kevin said, "Don't be dismissing my feelings."
They're your feelings. They're not real. Let's discuss reality. So we have to find a better way to apologize for misintent because that's really what it is. It's just misintent, right? Because I say something and it goes in your ear and then just like Baltimore heroin, it gets stepped on with all your traumas and your insecurities and shit. And then what comes out the other side is your perception of it. and how it made you feel.
That's true.
And that's unfortunate because I can't be held responsible for how you feel. So how do you apologize for that? Because how you feel is not my truth. And you won't clarify where you're off. That becomes your truth now. And so yes, I am defensive because you're going into mode. You're about to tighten up your shit. Ooh, right. And now you only know to attack. You feel like you're getting pressed, you're in a corner. Your avoiding self now has fight or flight, right? And just where you are in life. That's why people be like the camel that broke the straw broke the camel's back because it's because after all that avoidance, one day you're gonna crash out.
And that's the part that even with me, right? And Kevin mentioned that self-sabotaging. I feel like that. I don't say anything. I avoid everything and then I just snap, you know, especially when I'm hurt or I feel like someone has hurt me instead of trying to that was past, I do try to talk about things because yes, if your feelings are hurt, something happened or
Mm.
something I may have done made you upset. So I will try to ask now, what what did I do for us to get here? If you feel like I hurt your like not saying that part because it's hard not to say that, because someone's feelings are genuinely hurt. So it's
Mhm.
where did we go wrong? Let's go back. What happened? So I can understand how I can fix things. Cause I ask people all the time, like, please let me know. Cause if I did do something wrong and you tell me what it is, about 9 times out of 10, I won't do it again. But I don't know what I'm doing unless you speak up
You
and
know what
say,
my toxic trait is?
what is it?
I try to make you feel what I felt.
But then that's not gonna
I
make
say that's why
things
I say it's
better.
my toxic trait. No, that's my toxic trait. That's what it is. I'm not trying. I'm not going for better at this point. I feel like the negotiations are out the door. Okay, and I've been trying to tell your ass how it's making me feel. So let me show you how
That's
it
that
feels.
Libra. I
Ain't
swear.
it? Ain't it?
That's
Oh
that
my god.
Libra. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god. Yo, with a
We
rising
all
Gemini.
gonna be, and
With
I'm
a
Gemini.
with a
So
rising Gemini. Don't do it. I'm a
the
double Libra.
petty,
I'm a double Libra with a rising Gemini. I'm a sun and moon and a rising Gemini. Don't
we
you come
all gonna
fucking
be
with
upset
me.
up in
Don't you come. I told you. Told you my red flag got green handles. It's it's just
we gonna
you're
all
gonna love it here. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it here. It's gonna be thrilling. It's gonna be a ride. Can you hold on tight? Oh, nigga, that's my petty. I'll be like, okay, I done said, you know what? I'm gonna do the shit they doing. They gonna feel it and they gonna hate
Oh my
it.
gosh. I remember. I remember. So I said I wasn't going to bring up a story, but the petty in me, I remember, and I will never do this again,
I'm
right? I
working on
won't.
that. I am working on
But
that though.
I
I am working on
remember
that.
that when my ex and I lived together, and again,
Mhm.
these are the years ago because that's the last time I've been in a serious relationship. But and
The last
I think he
time.
came in at like
What year was
four
that?
something,
What year was that?
2018.
Okay. Okay. 2018.
Yeah, yeah,
8 years ago.
yeah. Ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ugh.
Ooh. What you been doing? You got some cats over there?
I'm about to be the cat lady. Shoot. anyways, anyways, um, I remember he had came in at like four something, 5 o'clock. And
Mm.
even with the communication, he was still trying to communicate, but it was just like this ain't normal. You trying to be out because whatever friends. What I know my kids. My kids is grown now. Shoot. And I
No, he said
remember
before he had kids.
before he had kids. Ha ha ha. Just because you got little itsy bitsy babies over there, sir.
Yeah, good luck to you. Get some sleep.
Um, so he came in late, and I was like, "All right, hey Tay." Shout out to Tay. He came in late, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do one better."
Hmm.
My ex friend, we had went to my friend Brian. I call him my twin. Mind you, we stay in Woodbridge, right?
Right.
So she called and was like, "You want to go to Brian's party?" Brian stayed in Northeast Philly, so I'm like, "I'm down. We can go to the party." She said, "All right, I'm gonna pick you up." We drive to Philly. We stay at her mom's house, sleep. I got home at 3 p.m. the next day. So I said, I'm gonna do one better. You doing 4 or 5? I got you. I'm gonna do 3, 4 p.m. and walked in the house like ain't nothing happened.
Nothing technically happened. You just went away.
No, but you not gonna come in late either, and I'm not gonna communicate.
That's beyond toxic. Because eventually I'm gonna bring up what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, right? But
I think you
you
figured
out here
that
to
out.
hurt feelings. You out here to hurt feelings. I just want change behavior.
Can we
Right?
see, can
I
we see
just
the
want
cup? It says Savage and little Sophia on my cup.
not little Sophia. She was savage. She was so
I
savage.
even though we talking about accountability, I purposely brought the
She was
cup
so savage. She was going on her daughter's dates with her. Sophia just out here crashing her dates. Oh shit. Where we going next?
that part. But no, that was avoidance instead of having a conversation about, hey, what happened?
All right.
Nobody accepting accountability in those spaces either.
So we say that it feels personal, right?
It does.
Because it is personal because it's reflective. It's inner work,
We
right?
feel like it's punishment too at times.
Yeah, it is. It is punishment though. It should be. It should be punishment because that breeds awareness.
Okay. But
We can't listen. You don't get awareness without the punishment. You should feel bad. And then you should do better. We are moved away in this society from making motherfuckers feel bad. Because if you don't feel bad, then how do you know
what you
not
did.
to change?
Yeah.
If everything still feels good, you just gonna keep doing what feels good. Stupid fucks.
Oh my
Like, yo,
gosh.
feel bad. I hate when you can't make a motherfucker feel bad. Somebody tell me, you make me feel bad. I can't make you feel bad.
You feel bad on your own.
You feel bad on your own, and maybe that's the awareness. That's the awareness, nigga. You do something different. If you don't want, remember when you was
You did
growing
it.
up, if you didn't want to feel this way, then don't do it that way.
Don't do it.
You know what? That's why we listen. If you got
You
little
you just gonna
kids,
get in trouble.
go ahead and let them stick the fork in the outlet. That's how they learn. That's how
No,
they
we are
fucking
not.
learn.
We are not.
Go ahead, let
CPS
them
is not.
fall. Let them
Don't
fall
know.
from your spiral steps in your single family home. Go and let
We
them fall.
here in the moment do not. We
I'm
are
just
not
saying.
going to accept accountability on your kid.
I own it. My accountability, yo. Y'all raising them soft. They can't make niggas feel bad. And that's why you have people that don't have accountability because they've been never made to feel bad about their actions. My students hate me because I get in their ass. Mr. Hicks, can you reopen an assignment? Why would I do that? You had the same amount of time as everybody to turn it in, and you sat in my class and did nothing. And now here you come crying to me about reopening an assignment so you can finally do it. Boy, are you crazy?
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, spell way, and they'll spell it. And I say, you forgot the F. And they'll look at me crazy. There's no effing way. Exactly. Exactly.
I seen that reel before. He said,
Ain't no
my
effing way.
student asked me, and he said, spell way. There's no effing way.
No effing way. No.
So with that, you made me lose what I was looking at. Oh, it was about behavior, right? And like
Okay.
you said, with the students or we condone now bad behavior, right?
We
We
don't
are
condone it. We don't. We just don't. We're not. See,
we
they'll never.
avoid.
Well, we avoid it. All right, we're naturally avoidant. We're acting like it's not happening around us. We act like it's not even happening to us sometimes. You know what happens when you get older? When you get older, you actually want all the smoke. You want all of it because at that point you're just defending your peace,
That part,
right?
okay.
And it's
I
and
agree with that.
especially if you hadn't prioritized that yet, and once you start to prioritize your peace, you want all the smoke.
Oh
I
yeah,
but I
because
tell people all the
my
time,
text messages with these kids and nieces and
listen,
nephews and stuff, I'll
listen.
be like,
But even in like my personal life, I tell people all the time, like I don't I don't care about an uncomfortable situation. It might be awkward in the moment, but we, I'll come back. I don't know if you can come back. I'll come back from it because if it gives clarity, if there is clarity reached, compromise even.
you mean so revisiting
No, I
after?
mean just yeah, but like or just maybe you've been holding it and then now it's a dump. And the people do that all the time. They don't address shit in real time. They hold it all, and
I
then
be
it's
trying to address it in real time
and
though, and
then
don't
they
nobody
and
be
then
wanting to talk.
they
And then
wonder
when
why
they
you
want to talk,
defensive.
I don't want to talk.
They wonder why you defensive because you dumped. It went from here to here to here. We on three different topics now. I'm like, what? How can I address the first one? Like,
But
what's
that when I'm willing to talk about it, like I said, if I'm upset, it's a difference. Like if I'm really, really upset and I'm avoiding, it's something that I feel that I can get over, right? But if I know that
But does the
it's
honesty of
awkward,
telling them what it was? Like, hey, listen, I wasn't fucking with you the other day because of this, that, and third. I
I,
realized it was me, and so I just took some time to self
well, I don't
correct.
know about saying that part,
I'm just saying
but the
you gotta
awkward,
say these
yeah.
speeches now. What the fuck the therapy for? You gotta say these type of speeches now. Did you not know that? Hey, listen, I know I've been distant, but like I just been getting my mind straight and I'm
But
sorry.
I
Or
don't.
my antisocial battery was low, so I had to take a moment to kind of recalibrate my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to take it like,
I always tell people don't take it personal.
yeah, but you don't sound like you probably mean it. You probably like, yeah, it's just, some shit mean. Don't take it personal.
You
You
good. You good.
you
You good.
tough, right, B?
You good, right?
Niggas get disappointed every day, B. That's what you telling them. You tough,
You
right?
good, right?
Eat some chips. You tough, right?
I just want you to know I wasn't ignoring you. Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. So words like I could have handled it better. I should have said something when I was quiet.
I'm very that I'm learning that, right?
I
I should have
reacted
said
emotionally.
I always that's
I ain't never heard
I'm a
that. I
work
ain't heard that
I'm
shit
a
yet.
work in progress.
I haven't heard that shit yet.
I'm a
I
work in
I
progress.
reacted emotionally instead of logically or responding thoughtfully.
I mean,
And
I
that's
say I was in my feelings. I'm good for saying I was in my
I'm in
feelings.
my fields.
I
Oh, getting that one.
I will say
Getting that one
yes.
is like pulling a wisdom tooth.
I will tell somebody I was in my
Yeah,
feelings.
you
I'm good. Like
yeah,
I'm sorry I went
you know what a
so
man's
left,
you
but
know
I
what a
was in
man's
my
recourse
feelings
is when he know you in your fields.
to make it
Hey,
worse.
no, well, this is all they your period here. Hey, yo, we see this spike in emotion. You on? You good? That's all we know. Y'all are such an emotional roller coaster sometimes. Hey, are you craving chocolate? You good? What's going on?
It's so funny. I know when I be doing too much based off of some of the conversations. It'd be like, I'm
But
gonna call you back.
but
And
you
it'd be
know
like,
what?
hold
You
on.
know you know what's so crazy? Some of the most toxic people are the most aware. They know they're doing it. They know they're doing it. We call them Aries. We call them Aries.
Ooh.
Yeah. Pew, pew, shots fired. Aries to the front. Dramatic asses. They know when they be self aware. They know they doing it. They know they doing it. They know they doing it. That's the crazy part because you are self aware and you toxic, so you know you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't. I have to. I figure it out after. Like I really do. Like after I spaz out, it's like, oh,
Ugh.
it wasn't that
Listen,
bad.
man. All this shit is maturity.
I'm
You listen.
sorry.
All this shit is maturity, and I tell people all the time: getting old is mandatory. Growing up is fucking optional.
That's true.
Growing up is optional. You got to get old, but you can be in your third childhood still.
That is true. Oh my gosh, that is
And you
true.
know
I just
why,
thought about that. That is so true.
you know what keeps you forever young in your brain, Peter Pan? No life experiences, no lessons,
That's true.
no setbacks, no starting over. The worst people in the world are the ones who had the road paved gold in front of them. Life is pain. It's good and bad. You can't fucking if you put Denzel say you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud. You know what I'm saying? No rain, no rainbows.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're breeding cultures of generations of kids right now and young people who ain't never felt nothing. That's why they can't regulate their fucking emotions. That's why they fucking socially awkward. That's why they excuse my language. Now, no disrespect to anybody, but this is why they're dying over talking to their AI.
And that's the part what I've been seeing that lately that like so many people are so caught up.
We're detached from
And
humans.
I've never, and honestly, it's weird because when I hear some people talk about how they talk to their, I literally just use AI to work. That is it. I don't ask and to edit. That is it. I don't ask it about any advice because somebody I know, a relative I have,
Have you done it
like
once though? You have you
I've
asked your
never,
AI to tell you about yourself?
no, no, I've never.
There was this prompt that went around. But they only gonna tell you what you fed it. It's machine learning.
But yeah, and that's the part I don't understand. Like even when, like for example, right?
uh,
I don't it's me running my business, right? And so a lot of stuff that I have to put together as far as like capability statements, some of the business stuff, and I'll put examples and stuff like that, right? So, example, I started off doing consulting. That was my main thing. I was helping other people. And then it was something that I wanted to work on and I asked somebody, "Hey, do you think that I can do it?" And it was like, "Yeah." So, I started writing like, "Hey, I need to make some adjustments. Like, let's focus on this versus this. Let's stop, no more writing off of this. Let's write off of this." And then it was like, "Oh my gosh." Like I think I gave it my resume as far as like I've done a lot of foundation work and I really don't talk about it. Some people see the pictures that I'm with people shaking hands, doing whatever, but I've done a lot of foundation work for like the past 2 or 3 years. So when I put in like the impact statement that I mentioned in
uh,
online and I started putting my foundation resume in, my AI was like, "Oh my gosh, let's take a breath. Let's breathe. Natasha, do you know what this is? Do you know what this means? You have been working off of this and you need to now work on this." And when I say AI went on a rabbit hole and I was like, "Look, can we stop asking me all these questions and let's get
mhm.
focused. I'm asking for work." But it kept doing the like, "Let's take this off." I didn't ask for a therapy session. I
Listen,
literally put some stuff in. I don't
like
need this.
I had the meta joints on, and if I wanted to, I can sit in and talk to that shit all day. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
Like it's important for me in Inception, baby. I got to spin that top. I got to stay grounded in the real fucking world.
yeah, because at first I was it made it seem like it was building my capability statement again, rebuilding it, right? And then when I noticed 2 hours in that you are not like, this is the last question. This was not the last question. And then
Mm,
that's when I said, like, hey, we're getting sidetracked. Let's go back to where questions are great. We can go back to those later. Right now, this is what my ask is.
right.
Let's focus. But no, I don't ask for advice. I've never asked for advice. Even if I write something, I just ask it to edit it and it'll do some tweaks and stuff based off of anything. But it knows business stuff. It does not know me personally, you
Right.
know.
And I get that. But I'm just saying, like, when we go back to what we're saying, that the whole thing about the maturity thing is it comes from growth, like
Yeah.
real growth. And growth happens in life. Growth doesn't happen in a bubble. I mean, it happens in a bubble for these cloned motherfuckers, but it
I
don't
mean,
happen in a
I sit in a bubble.
it don't exist in a vacuum. You have to go through shit, right?
I
No
mean, I
struggle.
go through stuff, but
What
I
who
mean,
said it? No struggle, no progress,
that's true.
right? So there's a lot of immature motherfuckers running around here.
It really is, but then that's that accountability thing as well
I mean, but
because
it's the shifting of the generations. Like I was raised by baby boomers, so everything was hard. People around my generation, well, more in the millennials, right? They said, "Hey, okay, that was rough. I'm not doing my kids like that." So then it was a focus a lot on how they felt because when I grew up, how you feel. So
and see
now
for me
and now
it
it's too much regulation on how they feel. There's no real balance. It was like they went from this, they didn't find a middle ground. They went from here and went all the way over the fuck here, right? They went all the way to fuck over here. Now you have a generation of kids who only know yes, who gets who gets rewarded for just trying, doesn't fail, right? So you're not giving them the building blocks to grow. Then you put them out in the world and they can't cope. The lack of emotional regulation that's going on right now, the lack of accountability right now, all of that shit happens because we decided to go soft, especially in the black community. We went
and I think for
soft.
me it was different because of everything that happened to me before the age of 18, right?
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
So I had
That's the
to, for
struggle.
me it was, I didn't want to baby, so to say, my kids. I want to make sure if something were to happen, they're good. And I tell my son that all the time, especially with this transition that he's going through. Cause I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how, but like you said, it's the people around him too. Because I'm like, I need you to shake whatever you got off because
Listen,
this is not what I've showed you.
the crazy part is in my heart of hearts, I know that they're doing it because they feel like they're trying to protect them.
That's true.
Right? They feel like they're trying to protect them. But there was a reason why Bambi's mom got shot in the first 8 minutes.
You know, I've never watched Bambi. I think I may have seen it
Bambi
one
is born. His mom is shot in the first. It's
in the
like
first
up.
minute of the, yeah,
It's like in up. Like she dies in the first ten
yeah,
minutes of the movie, right? And then he has to figure life out after,
without his wife, yeah.
right? So they want to protect them, but eventually you got to cut the cord. And if you don't cut the cord, then you put. I had this executive director, God bless her heart. She used to always say, she said, kids are a receipt for a time we will never see. Your kids are your receipt for a time you will never see. Right? So you're pushing these people out into this world.
That's
And you're
true.
pushing them out in this world and they don't know how to cope in it. And we're living in a world where we're getting more and more socially detached.
That is true. And
Right?
those are the things that I am afraid. And those are the things that I feel like I am happy that, like, my kids don't depend on social media as a lot of people. Like I said, Zoe will pick up a book in a second. like,
Right.
and will sit and read, she has, so she does. She has social media accounts. Like, she has a TikTok, she has Instagram, has always had it. She's the one who was the one who snuck to get one in the beginning, and put the fake age, and then couldn't figure out how to
Right.
change it. Where my son, he's on it, but he's not as active, But I've never been that parent where I just stuck the tablet and had them watch YouTube,
But see,
right?
I won't even blame it all on social media. It's
And
just the
I
tool.
feel
It's just
like
there. It's there. It's right. It's
it's
there.
there, but
And
that's
we
how
we
you.
determine how we do it. Like I got rid of my TikTok. I don't have TikTok no more.
I know
I
you
did
told me.
delete it, right? And eventually, I'm probably get down to just like one thing, if that,
I wish.
because because again, that these spaces aren't built for me.
They aren't.
They're built for because we are the product on social media. We're not the consumers. We are the product, right? So I can't blame it all on them. Capitalism gonna capitalize. Say that all the time. But what we do have to do is we have to figure out how we shape the generations of humans that come after us to still understand what accountability is, because in social media you're definitely not going to find accountability. You're just
Oh
going to find a
no.
bunch of people that agree with your point, right?
Man,
And
when I
then you
say
just
the reels that I look
and
at.
then you're gonna have and then you're gonna have people who are diametrically opposed to your point, and then they have a platform to debate you on it. And conflict stirs the algorithm and woo woo
Yep,
woo. And so,
yep.
it's so funny. There used to be this picture I saw. There's this guy in a room, look like a jail room, right? There's a door. The door got bars in the window, but there's another window above it, right? Now the door is slightly cracked, and so you can see the outside world. But he's behind the door, and he's looking at the top window out of a periscope.
Hmm.
But the periscope is shaped like the Facebook F,
Got you.
right? So he'll see the world through the lens of Facebook, but he won't step out that door and go put his feet on the ground. Yo, that's the
People live
craziest
off
picture.
of
I'm
it.
gonna send that shit to you. It's the craziest picture, but
It's real.
it speaks so volumes, right? So, when we
That
talk
was the
about
girl who sued. Who, remember,
yeah,
she sued social media
yeah, I still want to see how that goes because that's crazy.
for her problems
But like I said, when
instead
you
of
talk
accepting accountability.
when we talk about accountability, you gotta have that honesty. That honesty only comes from maturity. Maturity only comes from struggle, because in struggle you learn humility, right? You learn humility, and I think that I'm not saying that nobody's struggle is unique or better or worse than anything, but I think that in this society we protect women and little girls from that struggle, and we push our boys into it because they have to learn. They have to be stronger. They have to be two times better. They have to be this. They have to be that. That at least it was my generation. I heard it all the time. Get that job. Get that degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, be able to do this. Be able to do that. Toughen up. Suck it up. Don't you cry. Don't be soft. Life gonna be hard. My mom's favorite thing was, "What you gonna do if I'm dead tomorrow?" She used to say that shit all the time. She wondered why sometimes I don't always like talk to her about shit, because like she spent her whole life raising me to live without her. That's some fucked up shit, right? She spent her whole life raising me to know how to live without her. Now she's older and she wants to talk to me all the time. I'm like, this is weird. I love it. I love it to death, but this is like it's weird. You've taught me how to be a man.
Independent, yeah.
Yeah, right. And I call, if I need you or just want to check in, that's cool. But like she hit me one day. It's just like, you don't never talk to me. I say, you remember you used to tell me I'm not your little friend.
I mean, but y'all not. So, look, I ain't gonna lie. My daughter called me. I wouldn't be surprised.
Remember
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
more
I'm not your little friend?
concerned.
You used to yell at that. I'm not one of your little friends. Remember that? Where
I
Miss
be
Joan? Where Miss Marion? Where your friends? Where your
not
friends at?
not one of your little
My
friends.
mom gave me 3.5 hours on Sunday on the phone. The same circular conversation. I love it to death. Same circular conversation. And I just sit there and I just like, yep. Mm-hmm. Word. That's crazy. And every time she about to get out the phone, she extend that bitch 20 more minutes. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. Hey, but you know, oh, round 10. Round, round 10. And it's odd because she didn't talk to me at all when we was growing up. We didn't have conversations. She was too busy working and
Working.
providing. And I knew what my role was. I knew what the partnership was. The partnership was mom is out here busting her ass. And as soon as you can get in a fight, you're gonna be out here busting your ass too. And that's how we thrive. And that's how we get to where we need to go. Right. But it leaves a lasting impression on you in a certain way because you understand that like if you fuck up, if you fuck up, you gotta own the fuck up because you're gonna be living it regardless.
Yep.
I think accountability is the avoidance. I told you we're inherently avoidant. Lack of accountability is the avoidance of living in the fuck up.
So I would say this. So what happens when we refuse to look in the mirror, though? So like you said, when we don't accept it, because there are a lot of people out here that refuse to accept accountability. Will blame it
Yeah, I know that.
on
You know,
everything.
you know what it looks like. What did it look like to you when you had your bouts with it?
I mean, when I didn't accept it, it didn't feel good. It didn't. It still felt odd. I knew I was wrong, in it. It consistently felt like it's over, right? I'm like it's just going to be over. And you like avoiding it, talking about everything but what happened, you know?
When I say those people that are toxic and self-aware, that was me. I knew exactly what the fuck I was doing, and I just kept doing it
I
because
just felt like if you forgot, like I'm gonna make you, I'm gonna do everything to make you forget it.
nah, I just did it. I just did whatever the fuck felt good. Just did whatever the fuck felt good. Whatever made me feel good in the moment. That was me. And so, yeah, I was aware. This is some bullshit. I know this some bullshit. Oh, this bullshit flew. Whoa, like you remember like when like a tenor when
Like,
like a
please
tenor
don't. Me
like
was
when
please don't bring it back up.
like when no, I'm just saying, but like when a ten of hearts
Oh,
walks,
walks.
you're like that.
Yes,
Wait a
that
minute.
went. Oh,
That
let me
went.
hurry up.
That went.
Let me grab it. Let me
That
grab
went.
it.
That was me.
Y'all,
If
y'all,
it did,
especially
it
if
did.
that's the
But
first
this, but
card.
I would. Here's the problem. I I would suffer in silence. So you can't avoid the bullshit coming back to you, and you have to live in your decisions. But I was loud in my ignorance and quiet in my grief. I would suffer in silence. I would make sure nobody. I would wear the mask. You never knew what was going on. Let me ask you this: you met me in college, right?
Yeah.
Even when I got to Norfolk State, just dealing with the fact that I had to come there, I had to tell my peoples I'm not graduating from ODU,
Hmm.
right? I had to rescind a job offer that I had in Northern Virginia, right? Because I'm not graduating. That's now I got to spend more money to go to school. My mom like, yeah, you on your own, right? And I gotta move in Norfolk. It was a lot. It was a lot. But when you saw me, could you tell that I was going through all that shit?
Nah, because you was always joking
I was
around.
always joking, right? Because I'm aware that change needs to happen. I'm not doing the things that gives me the change I need, and then I'm just suffering in silence. I've lived by myself since 2001.
Okay.
I've lived by myself since 2001. No other roommates. Well, no, I had that period in 2003. I did. Me and Harold. Shout out to my brother Harold. But that was only one school year, his senior year, and then he went home, and then I went back to living by myself. Um, and in those moments to myself before I actually started like doing real work, I would just take my L's in silence and then put my mask on, step back out in the world. And nobody, you would think nothing was going on to me until I got into that one relationship. And once it went south, she had stripped me of all my armor. I ain't had nothing to put on no more.
Okay.
Right. And that's when I hit rock and I was like, okay, something got to change. Like I can't keep living in the lie no more. There's some people whose armor is strong. I'm talking about maxed out at 99. They this shit. And as long as they had that armor there, they never have to live in the.
Oh, I know somebody, and when I say that, when everything fall apart, everything gonna fall, because it's like you are have avoided everything, and it has been everybody but you, and you
Hmm.
have been the puppet master of making everything go bad, literally everything go
Hmm.
bad. And you know that Virgo,
Yeah.
uh and it's
Yeah.
just, i I look at situations that I know, right? And
Hmm.
even when conversations are had, and even things that have happened, and it's just like, even with me,
Hmm.
losing friends and stuff like that, and it's just like, you are the reason why all of this happened. And I think we even talked about that, right? Well, we didn't talk about that, but that is in the notes, that people will risk friendships and relationships because of avoidance. And I think that's crazy.
Well, again, we're inherently avoidant. We are inherently avoidant, and I think you have to work to get to secure. People swear they're secure. Nah, you're not there yet. You just feel less avoidant, but you still have your avoidant moments. You know what I'm saying? Because we're inherently avoidant. You can't avoid it. We are
And
inherently avoidant.
that's, I feel like with that particular person is more of feeling exposed, or being exposed,
Who
or
wants to be exposed? That vulnerability is hard, boy. Whew. That's why you feel it when
I know
Michael.
for
That's why you
me.
feel. That's why you feel it when Michael's singing it to you. I'm looking to make a change. You be singing the shit out that in the car when it come on. When I get it right.
Na 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 na.
Woo! Woo! You be in the car. Oh
So
yeah.
how do we, what are things, I guess, because we can kind of, we're a little bit over the hour, which is fine, but what are things that we can fix? Because we talked about all the bad, right? We talked about all the bad. So
Mm,
how, because it is hard to have these conversations. It's still hard for me sometimes, even if I'm not wrong, just even having conversations that we avoid certain conversations,
mm-hmm.
where the blame game can be involved in these conversations, right? We do divert from a lot of these things. So what are little things? Because I mean, accountability is something that's big, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, being exposed. People are willing to lose friendships, relationships, just so they don't have to
Nah,
say
they not really willing to lose them. They
they
just don't know.
have.
They have, and they don't.
They don't know how to
Listen,
have those
they don't know
conversations.
how to have those conversations, so they'll let the relationship die, and that's ego and pride. That is real ego and pride, right? Instead of just having a conversation and then dealing with the consequences of whatever that conversation is. Sometimes it's strong. If friendship is stronger, sometimes it takes a little hit. Sometimes it takes a little while to get back to where you are, but it's necessary for the growth of the friendship. If you don't have the growth in the friendship, then it will be stagnant. It will allow, disappointment and disdain and resentment to creep in, and then it's no good to neither one of you no more.
Or maybe you
Um
have the wrong people around too, like how we said in the
I mean, but
beginning.
we you if you're not looking for accountability, then you will have the wrong people around you. I like to keep my inner circle eclectic. I like I like some toxic. I like a little grounded.
That
You
part,
know what I'm
right?
saying?
I need a little.
I want a little bit of
What we
balance.
gonna
That's the
do?
Libra. That's
All
the
right,
Libra in
you
me. Because
down?
sometimes I want to do hood rat shit with my friends, right? I do want to do hood rat shit with my friends, and then there's sometimes where I gotta act like I'm fucking 48 years old, right? But at the end of the day, my circle, we all love each other. So even when you have those different ends of the spectrum, we all say, hey, man, you need to check that. That's crazy. Right? And I think that's not discussed as much as the ain't shit nigga is discussed. Because the ain't shit nigga ain't got no accountability. He toxic as fuck. But again, that's a lack of maturity. Where we always talk about the outcome, we never talk about the how. We don't talk about the how. We don't talk about loss. We don't talk about any of these things that
Nope.
contribute to who these people are walking around, right? And that's where grace comes in. That's where grace and humility really comes from. Trying to accept and meet people where they are. They don't have to be close to you, but just at least give them understanding that their story, their sum of experiences is who you're dealing with right now. That's who you're
And
dealing
I'm
with right
learning
now.
to understand that,
You don't
and
take it. You don't take it personal because there's some experiences is who they now who you are meeting right now doesn't vibe or align with your soul and your spirit, and you move the fuck on. But you don't make them feel bad for who they are. Their journey is going to take them where their journey is going to take them, and
that
eventually
is true.
they will see whatever light they need to see. Hopefully, you hope for them, right? You hope for the if you really when you really get to a good space, you really hope that for everybody. You want them to feel what you feel, that weight lifted off that
I don't know
chest,
about
that freedom and
everybody.
shit. I mean, I'm just saying, like, karma
People
does
still
the work
kick
itself.
kick
Karma
rocks.
does the work. You don't have to be an asshole
Barefooted.
anymore. Karma does the work itself.
I
Okay,
don't
you know what I'm
know.
saying?
I
So, I
don't
mean, I mean, but
know.
listen, again, the toxic part of me wants to be the asshole. Right, I treat the asshole in me like Candyman. Like, don't say the name 5 times because he gonna show up. He gonna show up. He gonna
Still a
show
little
up and
petty
show
part
out.
to me.
He gonna show up and show out. Out. I got years under my belt now. This
I still
asshole
get
is
blocked.
this asshole is refined. Death by 1,000 cuts, nigga. Leave me alone. Talk to me with honey in your voice. Talk to me sweet, cause you don't really want. Nigga, what they say? You want nigga here now. Nigga
That's
here
why I
now.
say I still get blocked.
Nigga here now. But you know what? Here I am. I am better at saying, "Hey, I was on some bullshit. My bad. It's my bad.
I mean,
I was
I
on
don't
some
even be
bullshit.
on. I've been
I was on some
better.
bullshit. My bad. You know what I'm saying?
I've
Because
been
sometimes you just
very
be on some
not
bullshit,
petty.
and people catch you on that bullshit tip. They catch you when you there. They catch you when you there.
I've been
Oh,
doing good and
residual
still get
smoke, my
blocked.
nigga. I'm sorry. Cannon fodder. You was in the apartment building by the base day bomb. Sorry, sorry, sorry. That's me. But again, that's awareness, maturity, and awareness to be able to even say, "Hey, that won't about you. My bad." You know,
Yeah.
I think
And I think when people are honest and those like, hey, it's not you, it's me. I appreciate those. Like I definitely appreciate those conversations, right? Because it does help with a better understanding of what people are going through and not, assuming so bad things won't happen.
Listen, I hard transparency moment. So I lost a friend the other week, right? It was real like systematic too. Like I used to like I used to like wash my clothes over there sometimes and hang out. And I left a bag over there that still needed to get washed. So when they brought it back to me, it was the bag, but then they brought the laundry that I left over. They're like the detergent that I left over there too. Like, you gotta take your own detergent over. You can't be using them niggas detergent. Right? But inside the detergent bag was like little shit that like I gave them.
Oh,
Like,
everything came back.
yeah, right.
Everything came back.
Everything came.
It
I'm
was
like, so, but then they didn't say nothing. They just dropped the bag off and just turned around and left.
okay, Kalani.
Okay, so then maybe a couple days later, I got a text message. Hey, what's your address? I want to send you the rest of your stuff. I said, don't send me shit. The fuck you talking about? You don't want your stuff? No. This is already cringy enough with the shit you dropped off. Um, and then trust me, I had been asking, hey, we good? Are we beefing? Because we had like a little, I'm gonna say a minor disagreement. We just had a misinterpretation and miscommunication
Okay.
about something, right? All right, backstory. God, I hate this. She, um, in our time that we've known each other, she went through like breast cancer and
Hmm.
restructuring and augmentation and stuff like that. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm passionate about how you take care of yourself after you've gone through that because I had an aunt that passed. My mom had her own bilateral, uh, double joint.
Yeah, my mom had a double as well.
My aunt passed. Another aunt passed. Like it's on her side of that family. Bad. And I've seen it like this. Like when my first aunt passed, like when it came back, and it came back because she had all this stress in her life.
Hmm.
That's what I remember. Like stress in her life, shit came back, ate through her, she died. It was sad. Okay. Now, in my mind, if I care about you and you've been through that, and the doctors tell you that it could potentially come back,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna let you carry a lot of unnecessary stress around me. Like I'm gonna try to find ways to kind of pull you back in when I feel like you're like crashing out. So fast forward, there was a trip that her daughter was putting together for her to go down to visit her down in Florida for like the daughter's birthday. But this was around the time we was getting them like I think it was like some kind of weird weather. It was just like going you might not get out of DC
I
type
got you.
shit, right? And so she was on the phone with me and she was really stressing about that. And I'm not being aware. I'm just kind of like, yo, listen, you done raised these girls, you done did everything for these girls. They will have other birthdays. If you can't get up out of here, you understand you can't get up out of here. They gotta understand you can't get up, you can't beat yourself. I'm saying shit like that, unaware of how she's taking it.
Hmm.
So then she gets quiet for a while. She didn't even tell me she did eventually go. She did make it down there. But I finally talked to her when she was down there and she chewed me out about how much I care about my daughters and and you were just being so insensitive and I couldn't understand it because my intent was for you to not feel like shit that you couldn't go, right? Because you can't emotionally regulate, so you everything is right. And she took that really, and we never bounced back. So in the time after we finally had that conversation, I kept checking in, and I'm getting these. Yeah, we fine, we good. No, I. She's slowly detaching.
Okay.
So then when she dropped everything off, and then when she came back with the text messages, and then it was just like. yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is cringy as fuck. Like, what the fuck is going on? And she like, you sure you don't know? Like, or maybe you did know. And then she accused me of like, I guess benefiting from from this friendship or whatever. It was just like it was like all these things that wasn't said, but then she was trying to say them, but she won't even say them straight up. I, and I just said like, if you can't give me the respect of just talking to me and bringing this to the table, especially when I've been asking you, are we good? And I felt bad that you took how what I was saying. Like I
And I
felt
can
bad,
understand how she took it that way. And I can understand why you said it, because it's like, hey, I get it, you want to go down there,
but she
but
wasn't. Here's the thing, like she kept saying like my daughter wants me to come.
I get it. Instead of
But she
saying,
wasn't
I
really.
really
She,
want to
yeah, I really want to go.
go,
I
I
really
want
need
to
to. I
really
really
go
want to go.
there.
This right. So I'm thinking because
It's
she used to make sound like, oh, I gotta get. I still gotta book this flight. I'm like it was a chore. Like
I
when
got
you ready to go somewhere, you talk about like I'm ready to go. Like if I could pack up tomorrow, like I'm already packed, ready to go. Like it would that want the energy. So when I hear her being so nonchalant about it or making it sound so chorish, now I'm hearing herself beat herself up that she possibly can't go.
and you're supporting her, trying to
I'm
support her
supporting
in
her.
that.
Right.
I get
But
it.
she's taking it like I still don't honestly, I'll be honest with you. You said
I
you
get it.
understand.
I get
I
it.
don't
I know why she was mad.
understand.
I know why she was mad.
Please tell me.
It even though, even though it may have sounded like a chore, I feel like it could have been the frustration of whatever, having a conversations with her daughter. Like, I really want you to come, or, you got to, because kids will make you feel very, bad in the moments, because if you guys always have conversations, right? And like you said, it felt like a chore. It wasn't something that she really wanted to do, or it could have been something that she really wanted to do, but she knew it was going to be hard for her to do it. Because I've been in those situations where I really want to do it. I want to go, but sometimes I have to psych myself up and realize that I can't, because of whatever is going on, or like you said, the weather, because of how the weather was and stuff like that. Because I've had situations where I've really wanted to, but then I'm looking at what's going on, and sometimes those hard decisions of saying no, it's really hard to say no sometimes. And she may have, it's her kids, and even dealing with whatever that she was going through, sometimes you do feel like, you like with your mom in the conversations of this, this may be the last time. So sometimes, even though you don't want to do things, you're still going to fight to go through it. So listening to the,
So I'm being
well, if you
dismissive.
don't want to go, then don't go. But you not knowing because
But I'm not
of the
saying
way
you don't
she's,
want to go. I'm just saying like
because of how
if
it
you
was presented to you.
if you can't go, I'm trying to
Don't,
get you to
yeah.
stop beating yourself up about it. Right? There'll be other
Where she
times.
would have, she wanted the, all right, try. That's not what she wanted in that moment.
I mean, it's the weather and
I
plain,
know that, but in
right?
those moments,
I think we
she
was
wanted
about.
your support
I
and
think
getting
it was
there.
the first ice storm.
Okay,
What you
I
gonna
remember
do?
that.
You if you can't get out of here, you can't get out of here. Don't beat yourself up about it. You can't control the weather. I've been victim to a weather on a plane more times than I can remember. And the only way you win through that is just pack your patience. Understand you're gonna miss that layover. Right? It is what it is. I'm not doing the Kevin McAllister through no airport. I already know how this story ends.
Hmm.
Right? So the man in me, not even just seeking a resolution, is just saying, hey, don't hurt yourself
Yep.
with this. Right? And she's taking it like I'm being dismissive, but like for it to spark the
But
rest of that,
everybody must have. Oh my gosh, she said that again. Though
somebody, somebody,
that somebody
somebody,
said something.
somebody put that battery in
Somebody,
that back
yeah.
because
I
here's
was
the
gonna
thing.
say somebody said
It
something.
went from that We had the hard conversation about it. I was very apologetic in that conversation. I wasn't aware, and it wasn't my intent. That's why I told you. There's what you say, how it gets, and then right, and instead of saying, "Well, what do you mean by that?" or like, "Hey, listen, I really want to go to this." Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, well then, shit, let's pray. Let's pray on you, right? Whole
Mm-hmm.
tone change with a simple conversation. But I didn't know. And now on top of that, you're piling on things. You're making the friendship seem false.
Because somebody said you don't care.
That's crazy to me.
And maybe, I know that for a fact based off of how people react, or it may not have been somebody, it may have been her in her head as well. Like, well, maybe it's not what I thought it was, and maybe it's this. You know what? You gotta get your stuff. You gotta get out.
I tell people all the
I
time
need
now,
everything out.
I'm not holding no fair hostage. You gotta go. You gotta go. I'll mourn you. but but unfortunately, I was raised and built to lose people. everybody
Everybody ain't single.
everybody don't hold permanent spots.
Yeah,
And that's okay. I'm mourning the friendship as what it was and the beautiful parts. But at the end of the day, if you can't come to if it's not worth saving, then you gotta walk away. You can't stay too long. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You'll stay too long because and then the situation sours. Now it's gonna sour regardless, because that was the path it was on,
yeah.
you know? But
And
but listen, accountability again,
I was
like
going. That's what I was going.
two-way street, because her the accountability was in her expressing to me how she truly felt, if she felt like she wanted to preserve the friendship. But if you tapped out, then you just Irish goodbye to shit.
I was gonna say sometimes when you tapped out, it ain't you ain't having those conversations.
You're not. But
Mm-mm.
then why would I
Then years later,
why would I feel bad, like allow myself to feel bad about it because you couldn't do it?
then we at homecoming. Hold
Right?
on, we at homecoming on the yard.
Nigga. Nigga, the shit I wanted to say to you in that conversation when you first had it with me, I ain't even talking about the yard conversation. I'm talking about
The first one, I'm
I'm
done.
about to
I'm
change
out.
this up. I'm about to
I'm
change
out.
this up. I'm like, change this up. What?
But I was overall, and I can say I can take accountability. I can take accountability. I was frustrated, and it had nothing to do with you, right? I was trying to not have conversations with everybody, all parties, right? Because I seen one person drifting, and then me, I'll let you talk. We know how we podcast together now, right? So someone feeling overwhelmed, and I'm like, no, this is good. Like, I'm sorry. So I didn't know how to manage two people, right? And then
You
I'm
could have talked
still
to one of them. That's what you could have
look
did.
now. I'm trying to accept accountability right now. Look, I'm out here out loud
Yo,
accepting
I'm sitting on the phone like, I know she just. Then I had to hear everybody be like, "What happened to the podcast?" Or,
accountability. I was just mad at because it was
I was
like
like, life happened. I don't know. Will y'all
my
ever get back together? I don't know.
my thing was, and now I'm okay with it. You know, I'm okay with that.
But this
But
is
I
why Norfolk
felt
State.
like I I tried to build something that wasn't there. And what I mean by is not the podcast, but I mean friendships. And that's what, like, technically you and I have always been friends,
And that's
right?
what Norfolk State
And
Yard was about. The Norfolk State Yard was me telling you, nigga, it's bigger than the pod. What the fuck is
and
going on?
what that was, I was trying to make a friend, not realizing that that's not what was, it wasn't mutual.
No, that was a business partner. That's
and
all that she
and
was doing.
I didn't understand that, and
Mm.
so that's where my frustrations came, because it's like, you're, you were always okay, Tasha, okay, Tasha, and it's like, nah, we got to do it this way. I'm not feeling, can we do it this, like, I
Because you're
bent
the
over
creative.
I
You're the
bent over
creative.
backwards in the beginning, and it was kind of like, no, we got to show favoritism because that's how it always has been. And then I got somebody like, nah, I'm free. I got it. When we go? What you need me to do? And then it's like,
Yeah.
oh no. Like, you supposed to be hard too. And that was my frustration, because it was like, now I have somebody's here, and then you just go ghost. Cause remember that? Remember? I don't know if you don't remember.
I
It was
remember.
this moment where it was just a disappearing act.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
couldn't see nothing on social media. It was
Yeah.
completely gone. And that's where I got hurt, because I was like, what did I do? I took it personal. And then that's when I was like, Dad, I'm trying to build something, and now it's being like, you know, because that purpose was because of what their occupation was, right?
I understand. I'd have
And
backfilled that position.
and trust me, I did start. I started. I did
I'd have
like
backfilled that
seek
position.
seek
Easy.
other people out.
It's
But
easy.
that was the whole thing, because it was like, it was good. It started off good in the beginning. At least I thought it was. I thought we were good, but then somebody felt like they weren't being heard. But that's how it
Check this
always
out.
been in the beginning.
Check this out. Now, I'm just some fool you had on your episode one time,
You
right?
wasn't feeling. I needed you real
Right.
quick. I
Yeah.
posted it. Who wants to come on?
Right. I thought
And
I was
that
coming on.
person said,
Honestly, I thought I was coming on as a guest. I didn't
you
think,
were, but
right?
you were
Now,
suggested to come back on.
right. Now, in my mind, this is your show. People ask me about they would ask me about the pod, and I'd be like, yo, I'm the comic relief. Like, this is Shorty's show, right? Think about it like Joe Budden podcast. He got some of his friends up there, and then he got his business
Mhm,
associates, Mark, Mona. These are business
mhm.
ish. Ice. Those is friends, right? You see the dynamic. The people that you have the business joint with, they're supposed to be the ones that understand this is a business. This is something we're building. So it's the pod above everything.
But I
And
always catered to the business. And when I kind of
I
was
mean,
like, well, you
but
ain't
that's
free.
fine.
Okay.
That's fine, right? Because I understood that coming in. This your show. You're the creative. I'm comic relief. I have maybe have a good opinion here and there. You know what I'm saying? But like I am opposite perspective. It's a role. I get it. Right. So my thing was to not be no shiny apple, but uplift the pod. You bringing me in. My job is to add value.
But I looked at everybody as my friend. When that's why I said, no, you and I are really genuinely
We are
friends. We
friends,
we
right?
hang with the
But
same
I
circle.
understand.
We are friends.
But I also understand what I'm coming into,
I got you.
right? I'm not coming in like my goal ain't to become famous. My goal is to add value to what you're building, so that whatever happens, we
And
did
then
it.
I started getting the, well, what happened to? And it was like, and
Listen,
that's all I kept getting. And then, I think what it was too, you have to think too, a lot of men were like, well, I don't, what happened? And I'm like trying to explain, like, I don't, like, with you, like, I don't know.
you were supposed to need them. I
And
didn't
I
come
didn't
in.
show that.
I didn't come in thinking you needed me.
But I did, because the thing was, so let's while we are here, because we being accountable, right?
Okay.
The whole purpose overall, right? The way I looked at disaster dating 101, right? I wanted the expert and I wanted a man, because I wanted to share what was going on. I wanted all of us to share in different aspects, right? I wanted
Hmm.
a man to share how things look, because, like we just said, our girls do not hold us accountable, right?
Okay.
Because that's what I wanted. I wanted that accountability, but then I also wanted, hey, this is why, expert wise, but we weren't. Did the notes not say that? And that's what, and that was a little frustrated too, because I'm like, why is nobody looking at these notes?
Okay.
Because
So
it was supposed to flow as, this is, yes, we got some women telling our stuff, but it was always just me. I wanted everybody to share. You shared, I shared.
no share. So here here's when I say this. When I say that, like, I didn't come in there thinking you needed me. You
I did.
needed no. You
I
needed
needed a male.
the you needed the role.
Yeah.
I could have been anybody. So
And that's what the guy
I
who was
never
supposed to
came
come
in
in
thinking
backed
you
out.
need I never came in thinking you needed me. I came in thinking you hired me for this role that you needed filled.
Gotcha.
So I need to bring value. She thought you needed her,
Got it.
not her role, her.
No, I needed the role.
Needed the role. So when you didn't treat her like you needed her, when we
But
would
see,
have
it's some other
when we
stuff that,
but too but
yeah.
she you it you ever see the Temptations movie? You ever see
Yes.
the Temptation movie? So the first lady that cut their first record, right? And then she fired them. And then she saw them on TV singing My Girl. And she's in a bar. She was pissed. So when she felt like you should have needed her, and then she see us gigging and having shows and bringing people along without her. Now when she do finally show up at times or here and there, she's gonna overdo trying to prove how much we need her,
Yeah.
right? And I'm over here. I see this shit, and I'm just like, I am not touching this
I
bullshit.
I I remember that one. I forgot what episode. I don't know if we still got it up, but if it's still up, if y'all archive, because I did delete a lot of stuff, and not because it was, you know why. But I remember that episode. I remember that episode. Right. It was one of those, like, just hilarious without being like just hilarious, just out doing the outburst. I remember that episode. Cause it was like, okay. I wasn't even ready for it.
So I'm all the way over here on this side of the box. I'm on this side of the box.
But that's what and then when it started getting like that, I started getting uncomfortable. And me, I shut down. you know
Right.
and that's really what it was, because even with you saying that, right? And I know, and because this still is accountability, right? This
Mhm.
I wasn't open enough to have these conversations, and I stayed in silence and just let everything just fall apart in my face, instead of having these uncomfortable conversations, because, like you said, it was that need of feeling needed. And for me, it was, I'm trying to keep a friendship that is still one-sided, because I was starting to see, like you said, that it was business and it wasn't a friendship. I So what I was trying to do is, hey, let's have conversations that don't involve the podcast. Let me check on you to make sure you're okay. Let me be that friend, because I didn't because we were building a friendship before I asked about the pod. But then COVID happened, and that was our way of interacting with people. Because I had the idea about the podcast way before um COVID happened. And shout out to Dave Money. He had a podcast called American Layers, and that's what started to get me to pod. I started listening to podcasts because I was either listening to audiobooks and podcasts, and
Mm.
I didn't want to do it by myself. So it was this one day that we just so happened to be out at the same place, and I said, "Hey, I got an idea." And no, she mentioned something about somebody asking her to be on one. And I was like, well, I have that too. Would you like to? And
Mm.
that's how it started. But we were still trying to learn each other in those moments, right?
Right.
So I was trying to keep a friendship that I thought I was building. And it became more of, let me make sure I'm on your schedule. Because again, I want to make it convenient to everybody. And then when you came in, I'm free. I can do it. I what time? You do it all the time. When? Where? You
I'm just saying, let's do, because I told you, like,
100
like
episodes. And then it's
100
like, what?
episodes,
Hold on,
100.
hold on,
You
hold on.
gotta commit to 100 episodes, right?
I'm
If
like,
you,
hold on. This is not what I'm not used to the push.
uh,
And that's what it was. It was, I'm on it. What we need to do. I'm here for you. And it was like, huh? You started sharing posts. You started sharing reels, and it was, where's the reel, where is this? And then it was like, hold on, i'm not I'm just used to everybody just hopping on.
man, listen,
So yeah,
I, I'm all about like people finding like they passion and monetizing it and kind of like doing the things that make them happy, right? And you're creative, right? If we ain't part, I'm gonna ask you what you writing. You write anything? Shit, like I encourage my people that got that talent bug into them to really lean into it. Like I got friends who write all the time. Like, hey, what did you write today? Even if it's some bullshit, did you write it? Right? So I'm all about my boy who makes shirts. He hate me. I come in here with ideas all the time. Hey, look if you did this. And at first he said it was too much for him, and now he's finally starting to kind of embrace it. And sometimes he'll ask my opinion on stuff, right? Because I want to see my people win. That's it. I just want to see my people win, right? And if I get to be a part of it anyway, if I can help it, I don't even do it for the props or the credit. It's just to be there to say, "Oh shit, I remember," right? And then even when you got to move on beyond me, you gonna always see me doing this. I support everybody. Like it started in college, yo. Like people used to hate me. They used to think, "Oh, Antoine on all the campuses because he whatever." No, nigga, I'm out here supporting people. I'm out here supporting all the Greeks. I'm giving everybody love, the same love, right? No matter what your disdain for my numbers letters are, right? I'm fucking with you, right? Because I try to fuck with people on a human level, not with their affiliations or what they believe in groups, just on a human level, just on a human level. Like, can we align on a human level? Like you used to be y'all. Tasha used to be in a cut. He used to be in a cut in college, yo, like trying to laugh from the distance and shit. Nigga, get your ass over here and getting
I
these jokes.
did not want to be in the circle, y'all.
Come in
I
here
couldn't
and
be
getting
in the
these
circle.
jokes and shit. She be
I'm
over there
like
trying
all
to
the
look
way
like
over here, and
Peppa
everybody
Pig
in the group.
silent in the cut. Nigga, bring your ass over here. Bring your ass over here, right? How you laughing in the distance? Get your ass over here.
But that's like even with me and Duran, everybody never understood that how cool me and Duran. And every time homecoming, the whole I gotta tell everybody I wouldn't have survived without Tasha, because just like you, I always try to make sure everybody's good. Even though I'm not saying nothing, that's always been me on campus. A lot of people don't know who I am, and I'm fine with that. I wasn't trying to be known. I tried to stay in the cut where didn't nobody know
Nigga,
who I
nobody
was.
can be invisible, yo. Everybody want to be invisible. I try to be invisible now. You work out there in corporate America, you black, you try to be invisible like shit. I hate being seen. Why do y'all noticing me? Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. But listen, man. good convo today because the
Yeah,
I told you accountability right now in the black social media diaspora is the Spider-Man meme of both of us
everybody pointing fingers at
pointing at
everybody.
each, at each
Because even
other.
the stuff that's going on with the celebrities right now, it's everybody but that person. I'm just like,
Yeah. No, it's and we're getting it's so crazy because therapy is such a trending and popular topic, but we're actually moving further and further away from doing it. And we just say it now. We say it and we throw like therapy trigger words out, but we ain't really doing no real niggas ain't doing no real work
nobody not doing the work.
because it takes humility, right? And if you don't have humility, you don't have humility because you didn't mature. You didn't mature because you did not struggle. You did not learn any lessons. No L's, no lessons, nothing. You have been cakewalked to where you are, hand held, coddled,
Yep.
protected. Now you out here making piss poor decisions.
And it's
With
everybody else's
and
fault.
and it's everybody else's fault.
Everybody else's fault.
Ain't no
I'm
effing
doing
way.
this because
Ain't
you
no effing
did
way.
this, and I'm not here in life because it's your fault. I
Hey,
blame you.
yeah,
You pushed me further down when I was down instead of supporting me.
listen, uh, we are cooked.
Oh my gosh. And that look, that's the one that kept
Hashtag
coming up. But
we are cooked.
I
We
was
are
like, where's the new
cooked.
episode? We're
We
coming
are
up.
cooked. We are cooked. That's a
All
20
right.
minute
I think I
20-minute
definitely think
rant.
this this was a great episode. And Antoine, how can the people find you?
Hey, if you looking hard enough, you can find me on IG and YouTube at My Shit Is Pure Comedy.
And you can find me on IG and on TikTok at Natasha Renee underscore the creator. You can find us on YouTube at In the Moment with Natasha Renee. Yeah, I enjoyed this accountability.
And we out here looking bad too. I was like, you hit me
That
up.
part,
I was like,
cause,
yo,
cause when I
uh,
say I was
uh,
like, and then I ain't hear from you either, so I was like, nah, cause I'm a blame.
I was
Look,
like,
I'm a
and then,
blame you.
you know what? And there was and people be asking me, "Are you recording today?" It's Wednesday. I was like, I don't know. I ain't heard from
Y'all
them.
no, and 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 again,
I said
I
I ain't hear from them.
apologize, you guys. Like when I say when I'm not on, you guys have to realize, like I write proposals, I have a team, like I'm really
She
trying to
be
build
busy,
a
busy.
whole business. Like when
Meanwhile,
I say last week, I was downtown trying to see what contracts was out there. I got meetings. I'm trying to get everybody set up, situated. I'm trying to train people. And I'm in these IT spaces that I did not ask to be in.
there you
I
go.
really
Get
did
the
not.
bag.
Did not.
I teach America's youth, and I'm home by 2:30. I'm home by 2:30, and I go straight
Trying to
to
get
sleep.
these
I take
contracts.
I take a nap. I
I
get,
wish it's been man last weekend.
oh
When I
shit.
say the past 2 weekends, I have been up to 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh, I can share one. Like, writing technical papers. Like, when I say my engineer put me to work, my engineer, shout out to
Listen,
Anthony.
listen.
Like,
Hey
he
man,
be putting me, be putting me to work.
listen. This is all progress, right? You're out here making moves. I mean, you got people to care for and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got two that's about to be
Should be
post
18 in October.
post secondary, right? So right when you about to get one out, one going in. That's
And
crazy.
she want to go to Spelman.
I know she do. She better run, nigga, run.
They
You
don't have
better
a track
run.
team.
Oh, what you doing?
That's what I keep telling her.
Run,
Like,
run,
damn.
nigga. You
I
better
need,
go run, nigga, run for that free degree. Run,
like,
nigga, run for that free degree.
I think she
We
gonna
too,
notice it
we
when
too,
colleges start reaching out to her. Cause I'm like, ma'am,
we too prideful to keep paying for this school shit, yo. You better go run, nigga, run. You better
man,
get to entertaining these white folks. Get one of these NIL deals for like vitamin water or some bullshit. I'm telling you.
Man,
I'm
I'm like,
telling you.
girl, you play the clear. Look, you can get a band scholarship or a
You
track.
get
Which one?
both. You get
Or
both. You be the track running tuba player.
Claire, she played the clarinet, and she just she first
You
year
get both. You
clarinet.
need to get both. She still fast?
Yeah, she's still fast.
Yeah. Tell her ass
Cause
stop
now
trying to
she
be.
doing the weightlifting and stuff and
Yeah.
ice
Tell her.
baths and all that stuff.
Yeah. Start just putting Shakari Richardson videos in her head when she go to sleep. just play them shits. Shakari
She
Richardson
got what is it?
gold.
Track TikTok. So
Yeah. Well.
and she got flat feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we are we back next week?
E- we- yes, I start working out. Shout out to my trainer. Next week I
Oh,
will have my trainer's information. So I
summer
am
bodies are
getting
built in
a
the winter.
trainer.
Summer bodies are built in the winter.
Yes.
This is not
Well,
the winter no more.
hey, I'm
It is
I'm
winter still.
outside right now. It don't matter.
It's
It don't
always winter in Florida.
matter.
Duval.
So I will have my trainer's information. Yes, we are going to be
Oh.
here, even if we late. Cause how late we was, I could be this late next week, and I
I
probably
was
had this hat
asleep.
still on.
I was asleep.
Cause
I didn't know.
you was like, hold on. You was like, I'm coming. I've been
I'm
sitting
coming,
there like,
yo. I took a
you was
nap.
like, I'm
That
about
job
to
was
log in
good.
now, and I'm
That
like,
was good. I'm old, yo. I come home and I take a nap. You did. I put that heat pad on my back. I was like, I was
I took
I'm a,
my headache
I'm a
medicine.
new
I took
old
my
man.
nap, and I had my
I need
timer
your help.
on.
I need your help. That's my solo podcast. We're not even really solo. I still don't know if I want to do it solo. The new old man
Well,
podcast.
I told you you can go. I can
Look,
write an episode. I can get
look,
you a solo episode.
the new old man podcast. Cause I am a new old man. Okay. Nigga, I am suffering from ailments. I got ailments. Oh, I put that heat pad on my back though. Whoo. That's like that sciatic nerve calm down.
Yeah, my compression socks are real thick.
And I was out, you dig? I was out, child. I was
But
out.
yes, we will be here next
Next
week.
week.
I will have all my information about my trainer. So anybody that's in Jacksonville, St. Augustine, St. John area, I will give y'all information about my trainer so y'all can, train with him. We'll
Hey,
see,
look.
the
Hey,
whole
look.
results and stuff.
Don't if y'all don't see us, you know it's cause she died in that gym. she died. She died in
Passed
that
out.
gym.
That's why I said the hat gonna probably be on
She gonna die in that gym. Hey, don't tell your trainer that this is day one.
that part.
Day one, sir. Calm your ass down. I gotta walk.
Yes, that part. But thank you guys so much. We definitely good podcast episode. Good
Yeah, for
podcast
sure.
episode.
For sure.
But we will see you guys next week.
Next
Next
week.
week. Next week.